We are live. We're in the home show. Let's go. All right, hope I can faintly hear that music in the background. Can you hear it?
Yeah, can you hear it?
It's real faint.
Hmm. Is that better?
Yeah, it's a little bit better. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's all good. We get into the meat and potatoes of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just gonna get into the meat and potatoes. We got a action-packed show. There's a whole lot going on in the sports world this past weekend. There's a lot coming up this week. A lot going on in the world today. What's going on, Hope?
Oh man, nothing much, man. Just glad to be back.
Oh,
Football season is on it. I mean, is is in
yeah.
stride, and a lot to talk about, man. A lot going
Yes,
on.
sir. Real quick, man, on the show note. Do you see notes on the right hand side of your screen?
Um,
On the far right?
on the far,
Uh,
yeah. I see the notes. Yeah.
yeah.
I got it right here. Yeah.
Click notes. Can you see them?
Yeah, I see them. Yeah.
It should be all right. Good. All right. That's how we doing notes.
Yeah, actually, that's
That's-
nice. Actually,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. That's all right.
that's
But I sent them to you. But I mean,
no. Yeah, you can. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to send me. I just access it right here.
yeah, this where they come from. So
All
I
right.
just it's a nice little feature that StreamYard uses. I don't know if they've always had it, but it helps me instead of using my phone and it's right here and I can look at it.
Right.
And,
Right.
really, if I have the camera, it really helps if you have the camera on. If I got the camera on, I can look at it and still look at the camera at the same time.
Yeah.
That's a good thing about it. How was the weekend, man?
Yeah. Weekend was good, man. Like I said, man, a lot of action, a lot of football. Thanks for coming through, bro. You
Yes,
came
sir.
through.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Got the ball.
Brett came through, checked out my new crib. We watched some
Yes, man.
football. So yeah,
Great,
yeah,
great.
yeah, man. Other than that, man, yeah, man, it was all good.
Yes, sir. That was the highlight of my weekend. That was definitely the highlight of my weekend. So that was all good, man. Nice, peaceful community. That's what you want.
Yeah,
Nice and peaceful.
thank you, bro.
Nice,
Thank
nice and peaceful.
you. Yeah.
So shoot, man. Let's get on into it, man. We want to welcome everybody to the Bread and Hope Show. We are based here in Atlanta, Georgia, and we talk about sports primarily here in the state of Georgia. But wherever you are from, feel free to join the Bread and Hope Show and be a part of it. Let us know where you're from and what you got going on in your neck of the woods. So until then, speak on it. Over, what you got?
Yeah, I just want to thank the listeners, all the new listeners, for tuning in tonight. As always, you can check out the Braden Hover Show Facebook group, where we post the show link, and we also have post other things going on in the sports world. If you want to be part of our community, just hit us up, and we'll take care of you. Other than that, the website is back up, man. Our website was having some technical problems, but
Mhm.
it's back in the mix. So
All right, all
so
right.
yeah, so www.sportsandbrews.com, where you can get beer content as well as sports content. Uh, and give a shout out to the Enhanced Sports Show, Lou. Lou, hopefully he'll be joining us tonight.
Lou.
And shout outs to the Dirty Bird Nation, Falcons first and 10, and the NFC South fans.
Yeah, yeah, they tripping. Everybody losing their mind, nah, but they'll be all right. Yeah, shout out to PFL Players Football League. We
Oh, yeah.
Players Fantasy League. So we just started our first weekend. That was
Yeah.
don't see how I won a game, but I take.
Oh, congratulations! You got a win. Congratulations. That's what's up.
Hey, I don't
Yeah,
know how I got it, but I take.
yeah. I got a win too.
Congrats,
Hey,
congrats. Yeah, there you
yeah.
go.
Appreciate it. Yeah,
Hey,
hey.
get in.
You say take them as they come, right? Hmm.
Take them as they come, man. Take them as they come, man. So, look, guys, around the room, unless you've been sleeping up on the rock, Charlie Kirk, was shot today. He didn't make it, and so condolences to really his family. Uh, I just try to be quick about it. Over
Yeah, yeah,
whatever our political beliefs are, we don't have to agree. Even if you're on the same side of the aisle, you don't agree. All Republicans don't agree with each other, and all Democrats don't agree with each other. It can't get to a point to where you want to take somebody's life, or to a point to where you have to be afraid to speak what you represent. That's why we are here in America, because we should have those freedoms to go ahead and speak about, unless it's something, about killing somebody, or something just ungodly, or unmoral, um,
mm, mm,
immoral. But anything that's not immoral, we should have a right to kind of speak on.
yeah,
And nobody should have to die, get shot, or get harmed for speaking their opinion. You don't
yeah,
agree, you don't agree, then you debate with him. The guy he would debate with you on the spot. He
yeah,
looks forward to it. He's a master debater. Make a millionaire off his book. Kind of dropout, but you don't always have to go to school to make it. So he definitely has proven that. Don't agree with his views at all. Um, but the man did not deserve to die. He had a family, friends, followers, and everybody. People loved him. People on the other side of the aisle loved him. I'm not going to stoop down to that level. So I'm just going to say condolences to the family. Nobody deserves that.
yeah,
So,
man. My same sentiments. Condolence to his family. It's it's unfortunate that you know we have in America we have uh, I guess you could say some political unrest in some form or fashion. I don't know. I don't know the whole. That's the all this investigation is. Hopefully, they bring something to the table and get more information. But yeah, man. We agree to disagree, and
hmm
um,
hmm
you know, violence is not the way. So it's not. It's just not the way. Uh, that to make an ends. I mean, it's
Yep.
okay to disagree and disagree. And,
Yep.
that
Yep.
I agree with you. So rest in peace. I'm. It's just yeah, man. It's very
Yeah.
important. Very
Yeah.
important.
I just think, for me, I just think that this country is kind of at a breaking point.
Hmm.
And this is a time to where you really need true leadership in
Hmm.
this country. A person is where your president's supposed to come in and kind of, have everybody kind of step back, take a breath, everybody just step back for a minute and take the heat off. Um,
You know, I wouldn't even even to the point of I agree with you. Yeah, definitely some action need to be taken. I think not just. I mean, there's been other incidents that have taken place, but I do think you know you're right with the leadership. I think some action needs to be taken, and I mean we always. My thing is when I've said this before, Brad. Until it hits your family, you know,
hmm
you know
hmm
we always put out a public statement um to the family, and and that's all in good, and that's out of respect. But I agree with you. We should have some action. I would even go to I would even go as far as the president just come off and come on, and just shut down the network and say, "Hey, I'm doing a briefing right now." You know, and I'm not saying that it's gonna um, how can I put it? It's not going to change and make anybody different for how they views. But I do think that action deserve. I think it needs to be some kind of action to
Yeah,
to a level of getting the message right.
yeah, yeah,
Even to the point of he come. I'm just giving an example. Even if he comes on and say, you know what, I called this briefing publicly for all networks to show this right now because this is what things have happened in our country, where some unfortunate situations, and I'm declaring as of tomorrow, nobody. There's, I don't. I'm just saying, just come up with something to that effect. You get what I'm saying? Some kind of action
yeah,
to that
yeah.
point. That's what I'm
You're
saying.
right.
Whether is out
Yeah,
of. That's all I'm saying, man.
but I think even before this, I think that you look at the Appalachia High shooting, with the kid and the parent giving him the gun and all that kind of stuff, and the shooting we had a couple of weeks ago at a church. And so we ain't talking about gangbangers and the quote
Yeah,
unquote
yeah,
thugs or whatever the image out there behind guns is, but I'm talking about these are young people that
yeah.
that that, or whatever it is. These are people that do not have the ability to express themselves verbally if they do not agree, and they feel they have to take some kind of action. And so it's to the point of I'm tired of just saying condolences, and
Right.
there
Well,
needs to
that's what
be
I'm
strong
saying.
gun
Yeah, yeah.
order. And so all right, we get it. All right,
No, no,
everybody's
no.
sorry,
I'm saying it's more
but it's
condolences, and
like
then we just sweeping it under the rug. That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm
I,
saying.
I agree 100%. I agree 100%. And it's like somebody, the president, to take the responsibility and accountability. Be accountable. That's what leadership is all about. It's not always about me, and what I did. The numbers ain't right, so I'm gonna fire this person to hire somebody else to make the numbers look right. What I want to be is make me look good. No, it ain't. It's not even about that. And we need leadership right now more so than ever. And I think that because we have broken leadership in this country, broken leadership, which starts with the president and it ends with the president. We can talk about Congress all we want, but it starts and ends with the president. The
I
way he
agree.
needs to go ahead and do not point fingers, but hold himself accountable. Hey, but I'm gonna do
Yeah.
something about it.
Right.
Because it's not just this. I mean, today it was Kirk. Yesterday it was the church. Last year was Appalachian High School. What's it gonna be next?
Well, that's what That's what I always say. That's what I keep saying is what's next? Because that's the way it's going right now. It's not even
That's where
about
it's going.
okay. It's like
Yeah.
okay, well, what's next? Right.
Exactly. I agree. Yeah. But hopefully that's the scary part.
That's what I'm. Well, that's what I'm saying. Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
that's scary. That's the scary part. It's
That
about
is
what's next.
that is the scary part.
And,
Yeah.
and so until it's just way too late, and then everybody's throwing their hands up. So I won't belabor the point. I'm sure we talk some more offline about that, but
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
to but that's what the brand whole show is. That's when we first started the show. We talk about everything. We didn't shy away from anything that's happening in the community.
Right.
And so we gonna address everything. And so,
Absolutely.
but yeah. But look, man. On another note, man, this is fight week. We
Oh
got
yeah.
Earl Crawford, Nello Alvarez. What's gonna
Netflix
happen on
on
Netflix?
Netflix.
On Net, and isn't that great? I
You
mean,
know,
I'm beginning to Netflix is beginning to be my favorite service right now. They be doing
I
it up.
I see why. I mean, how it's been. I mean, it's awesome. It's awesome that this streaming service is giving you not just some of the events but just something like this to where a good event, a good boxing match that should be very entertaining.
Yeah,
So I my hats off to them, man. It was funny when it all came out, and I was like, okay, where how much the pay per view, all this and that. Next thing I know is like, hey, this is a Netflix event. I'm like, what? I was like, oh, this is awesome. So
yeah,
I'm pretty sure, my only concern, Brad, is when they had a big event, a boxing last with Tyson. There was um, some issues with uh, the amount of traffic. That they
Yeah,
got
yeah,
a large
yeah,
amount
yeah.
of or amount of viewership. It was large. Of course, it's live. Everybody's watching. I'm just hoping they worked out the kinks because there was some you know quality concerns. It was pausing and as a matter of fact, I had to go out of Netflix maybe two times, to get it right.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so hopefully, in a minute, I hope they worked out the kinks and hopefully we don't have to run into that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
probably my only concern with it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm hoping that they did. I'm guessing that they did, but if so, man, I think the last thing I saw on there was, yeah, I think it was the fight. I'm about to say wrestling, but wrestling they got their own platform with
Hmm.
Peacock or Paramount Plus, something like that. But
Yeah,
wrestling is coming to ESPN. So if you
yeah,
got the ESPN bundle package, all that you roll into it.
gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So who? What's your thoughts, man? What you think? Who's gonna win?
I mean, look, man, I think that I don't know. I think it'll be a good fight, actually, man. And I'm curious to see uh the effectiveness or how effective can Bud be with gaining some weight.
Well, the rumor mill, they're saying Bud has some kind of shoulder injury. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but there's been some rumor.
Yeah,
Um,
so that and
I think
see
he,
that,
I think he's put that rumor to rest. Saying, hey,
okay.
I don't have any problems or whatever.
Well,
But
that's how it starts. So that's how it starts because everybody be like, okay, you know, everything's good. Next thing you know, somebody got some kind of a pre-existing injury before the fight, and then everybody
well,
just kind of shoot it down, and then next thing you know, he come out there looking different.
the sources will see that. Well, I agree with you. I agree with that. I agree with what you're saying on that because this is, it was kind of like going around on the internet. It was saying, and somebody was like saying, I got some inside information. Now how valid it is, I don't know, but it does make you kind of, scratch your head all of a sudden before the fight, but not to say, hey, it could be just a big rumor, whatever. Um, and they, don't even pay no mind to it, but you look at the and I'll throw this one other little nugget at you. You look at the boxing betting sites or betting world,
Mm-hmm.
or as far as the odds, and they're favoring Canelo. Rightfully, I
Uh,
would, they are favoring Canelo, and I would say rightfully so because Bud has to go up two weight classes, for this fight. So I would say rightfully so. You would favor the bigger guy, right? So,
yeah.
but I will say this, and this, Vegas. I mean, I've seen, they've done this before, and the underdog comes out on top. I mean, it can happen. I mean, it can
Mm-hmm.
happen. But usually Vegas don't put those odds out there unless they got some kind of insider. Now I truly believe this. Some kind of
Mm-hmm.
they have some additional information.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just gonna be honest. And I don't care whether it's basketball, football, baseball. If you see those odds, more than likely, here's a prime example: Georgia Bulldogs
Yeah.
play Austin P. Austin P wasn't, of course not. Austin P wasn't favored.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course
Nope.
they're not. Of course they're not going to be favored, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a simple. But I'm just trying to make a point. They do have Canelo favored to win.
Yep.
Okay. Now, I think it's personally, I think it's a 50-50 fight. I think I'm not saying because I'm just gonna. Here's my analysis. I saw Bud Crawford last Well, not the Spence fight, but the damn, I forgot the guy name he fought. He went up
Yeah.
in at 154. I can't think of his name. Um, I saw the fight. I'm not saying that but he, Crawford did his thing. But I did. It was a challenge for Crawford.
Yeah.
I'm not saying. I mean, Crawford is Crawford. He do his thing. But
Hmm.
but the guy went the distance with him. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
mean, he definitely gave gave Crawford a few things to think about. In
Yeah.
the fight. I'm not taking nothing from that guy. He just didn't have as many wins under his belt. But hell, he came to fight on
Yeah.
the dude that he was fighting. But Crawford do what he do, and I think in the end, his ringmanship, boxing IQ, whatever, it just it showed more in the end, where the
Yeah.
other guy just didn't wasn't hadn't got to that point yet. Let's just put
Yeah.
it that way. So so that's why I say I look at it as a fit now. I say 50-50 simply because he's going up in weight, two classes
Yeah.
up, and Canelo. You and I know Canelo. He's not. He's not fast. His boxing style is I look at his unorthodox, and he's a brawler, right? I look at his style more. He's gonna bring the fight to you. In this particular
Hmm.
case, he's gonna bring the fight, no doubt about that, because he's the bigger guy. So
Yeah.
he's gonna bring the fight to Crawford. Now, Crawford, if Canelo, like I said, if Canelo fights his fight and he fights it to what he does best, and if he can get off on some of those big blows, and
Mhm.
he may have a chance.
Yeah.
Like I say, he may have a chance.
Yeah.
Now on the other end of that, Crawford, I like he's bringing more skills because he got more skills in the toolbox. So
Right.
I like his skill set. So if Canelo don't, and like I said, Canelo has to bring, I mean, his A game. That's what I'm basically saying. If Canelo doesn't bring his A game, chances are he's gonna lose.
Yeah.
It's just that simple, right? I don't
Yeah.
even have to. I don't have to say no more to it. So that's how I see the fight.
Yeah.
That's how I see the fight. How do you see it?
I mean, it's tough, man. I think that and I kind of agree. I think it's 50-50 just because of the
Yeah,
Canelo is at a comfortable weight, and the advantage is Canelo because he's at a comfortable
he
weight,
fighting at a comfortable way, and
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 and Bud,
remember, and
yeah,
let me give you one other little nugget to think about.
yeah,
Remember when Canelo, not only that, but when Canelo fought Mayweather,
hmm,
but see the thing about it is when they fought, he fought Mayweather at a catch weight.
yeah,
So he had to he had to come down. So he
yeah,
went fighting at his usual comfortable weight that he
yeah,
you see that's the difference.
yeah,
Whereas
yeah,
that's a little bit different. So that's why Mayweather, it seemed, and from what I was evaluating that fight, he seemed to be the more. I think it was more to Mayweather advantage, and then in my opinion,
yeah,
um, because Canelo had to come down.
yeah,
You get me now, and
yeah,
and
yeah.
and
I
I
mean,
and I and I and I totally understand. I totally understand Floyd. Floyd
yeah,
is Floyd. Floyd, regardless, he but I totally understand Floyd why he said, "Hey, look, no, I'm not gonna fight you at your car," and that makes sense. I'm not gonna
yeah,
fight you at the weight you're comfortable with, but I come at you at a catch weight,
yeah,
you know,
right,
and whatever other stipulation that came into that fight
yeah,
to give
yeah,
him that advantage,
yeah,
or so to speak. So that's why I said that's the difference between Floyd and Bud. So Bud going into it where he's fighting the guy at the weight he's comfortable with.
yeah,
That's a little different. Well,
yeah, yeah,
that's a matter of fact, that's a big difference.
yeah. It's huge difference,
That's the only
and that's
thing. Because
generally how it goes. I think I would
and
feel.
we
I
talked
think I
we
would
talked
feel.
about
I
that
think I
though.
would feel better if we did.
We talked
And
about it.
I think
You
that
told me, you said, well, if you said, hey man, Crawford fight Canelo, but he may want to, they want to try to work out a catch weight. That was, that's exactly what you
yeah,
said.
yeah, but I think that what Bud should have done
Hmm.
is gain the weight first, and then fight a tune-up match at a weight so that he'll be comfortable.
But see,
Uh,
I
you know,
was thinking the same. That's my same. I was thinking the same thing with you. What you just said. I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking
yeah,
the same.
yeah.
Now,
Just
now,
don't
granted,
come
I'm
out.
pretty. Now, Bud is a smart. He's a smart boss. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
he's been
yeah,
sparring with big heavyweight. But I agree with you. Though. I still wish he had. I agree with that. I wish he had took a
yeah,
fight at that weight.
yeah,
First.
yeah, yeah,
Because he going right, like you say, going right into it. So,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
So that's
but
that. I mean, that's kind of the only thing I would say about it. But I think that with the fight being even goes to Canelo. Um, uh, and even if it's an even fight, it still goes to Canelo because voters like him. They like
hmm
Canelo. So in order to beat Canelo, you either got to knock him down, which we ain't never seen,
yeah.
and or either you got to be like Mayweather and just outpoint him and be just that dominant in every match and be busier and just be just really just unmatched. I mean, just outclass him the way Mayweather did.
Well, yeah, I mean, Mayweather is exactly what he did. He definitely didn't go in and duke it with him.
Yeah,
You're right. He used what he knows how to do best. Get points here, and move, and get points here,
yeah,
move,
yeah,
and
yeah,
don't never let him. Never let the guy uh get off on him at all. So but
yeah,
I don't mean that in a bad. I'm just saying
yeah,
Mayweather. It wasn't. That's just how he did the
yeah.
fight.
And I think the other way that I mean, Bivol just beat him up, man. I mean,
Well,
but
but see, but that,
but he was a
go-
bigger fighter, and
but
that
that's a different
Canelo,
fight. That's a
yeah,
different
but
fight
Canelo
because Canelo had to go up in weight.
he had to go up in weight. He had to gain the weight, and so he wasn't comfortable at that heavier weight, and he didn't do it.
No, no, you could tell he wasn't comfortable with that. So,
And he just got beat up
hmm
by a very good fighter. I don't think Bivol was a great fighter, but I think he's a very good fighter. Very good fighter.
no, no, no,
Uh,
I agree with that. But
yeah.
but like you said, he had to go up in weight.
Had to go up in weight, man. So I just said don't look for good for Bud in terms of that. If I got to call it down the middle,
I'm
I would
not
say
really,
Canelo
but
got the edge.
I'm not even really calling the weight it being I'm not, to be honest, I'm not
Mhm.
really saying, I don't really look at possibly, because like I said, Bud got the skill set. So I'm not, he got the dog. We know he bring the
Yeah,
smoke. So
yeah.
I'm not, I wouldn't never say, hell, if he won, I wouldn't be surprised if he won. I'm not
Oh
saying that
no,
at
no,
all.
not at all. Yeah,
I'm
not
not
at
saying
all.
that at all.
Me
All I'm saying is that why, like I just said, why I look at it as 50-50 is the simple fact that, like you said, he didn't have he hadn't had a tune-up fight at this level, right?
Yeah, we don't know these. Yeah,
We
we don't.
so, but and so, and then like I said again, and I a lot depends on Canelo. Like I said, if
Mhm.
Canelo comes in on his A game, then yeah, he may have a chance now. But if he come in there fighting like he fought who's that damn guy? Charlo, who? Yeah,
Yeah,
fight.
yeah, yeah.
He
Right.
going there fighting like that dude. Then hell, you know. So
Yeah,
I don't see him winning.
I
So that's all I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah, yeah,
I think, and like I said again, my last thought. I think it's gonna be a damn good fight. I think both guys gonna come in there and do their thing. Now, I think in the later round, I think what's going to make the difference in the later rounds, and I think is going to be whether uh, if Canelo hadn't brought his A game, more likely in the later round, Crawford going to probably get a knockout. He's going to probably go for a
yeah,
knockout. Okay.
yeah,
Like I said, if Canelo does bring his A game, more likely it may going to go the distance, and I can see Canelo winning.
yeah,
That's how I kind of see the fight playing out. Not to say Bud is not going, because Bud gonna give a fight regardless. He gonna come fight.
yeah, yeah,
But like you said, I don't like you said. I don't think Bud want to let the fight. go the distance, right? I don't think he want to do that. That's just my opinion.
Yeah,
I don't think he want to go the distance with
and the reason I agree with that is again it goes to the weight because he got to
Well,
carry that
that's what
weight.
I'm saying. Well, that's what I'm
You
that's
know, in a non-sparring situation, he got to carry that weight in a real title match, non-stop.
right.
And now if it was at his regular weight class,
Oh yeah, well
welterweight,
that's different. Yeah,
yeah, oh,
yeah.
yeah, 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 he definitely he'd go different. Ain't no doubt about that, and be effective. He got better as the match got longer.
Right.
But I don't know what this Bud looks like at this weight. That's all
Well,
I'm saying.
and that's the unknown, and I think that's why that's why the boxing and everything were the odds they got Canelo favored. I totally
Yeah,
get that
yeah,
because
yeah, and
because that because that's an unknown, right? So
yeah, it's yeah, and so, but that's not to say that I don't believe that that Canelo can be beat by a guy, but this is like the closest to Floyd. If Canelo got a kryptonite, is Floyd, somebody that's not trying to knock him out and just outpoint him and know how to score against him, hitting him at different angles, covering up, and then getting out the way, and frustrate. If there's any type of fighters that frustrate him, it's them savvy fighters, them savvy boxers that always frustrate Canelo, and that's gonna get his
yeah,
punch roll up.
yeah, and you're absolutely right, and I'm gonna put it out there. I know my Bud gonna get his. Now,
But
hey,
yeah,
one thing I can say, he gonna get his, regardless of
yeah,
that. He's just that, he's just that, just who he is. He gonna get his regardless.
yeah,
Now,
yeah,
like I said, the big question is, the big question is, like I said, if long as he can manage to maybe take care of that business, I'm gonna throw some round. I'm gonna say, as long as if he can take care of that business within the within 8 rounds. All right.
yeah,
I'm gonna just say he gonna have to do it in eight. If it goes past that, then like that's where the concern. Like I agree with. Then I think that's when the weight concern gonna come. That's when
yeah.
I can see the weight
Yep,
maybe
yep.
being
How's that weight and how's he going to handle? Can he
handled.
still be aggressive?
Can he still
And
be
it,
aggressive and still can he still deal with what Canelo? Because Canelo, like I said, Canelo fighting at it. Hey, he fighting at it. So can he still deal with that? You see, can you still deal with this guy? Because this guy comfortable with fighting at that weight.
yeah,
That's gonna be So that's the thing. Like I said, in the later round. So
yeah,
that's gonna be the concern. That's why I say I feel like Bud has to, like I'm gonna be honest, like how he handles Spence, just he gonna have to get to him, um, and make him really respect him, respect that,
yep,
whatever that right, the uppercut, whatever it is he bringing,
yeah,
man. And
yep,
I'm pretty, like I said, man, I've seen enough of Crawford. Like I said, the last fight, excuse me, his last fight he had. Like I said, it wasn't that impressive because he did he did fight a bigger guy,
yeah,
but he still he still knew how to you know turn it on when he knew that, hey, I might be down a few. He knew how to come on back and make it interesting. So, and that's what made him. That's how he ended up winning the fight. So that's why I say, man, he got that dog in him, no doubt about that. And when you got like a dude like that who's got a dog and hungry, you never can count him out, man.
well,
It just I don't
who
give a
you going with?
damn. Like I said, it's 50-50, man. But hey, man, I gotta go with Bud, man. I think Bud, you know, like I said again, Canelo. I just feel like I know what Bud bring to the table. I know what Bud can do. I know Bud can make it. Hey, he got the whole package, right?
Yeah,
Canelo, he's a hell of a boxer too. He's made hell. He's shit. He been making a lot of money, but you know, um, I got my question is he how hungry is he, right? How
mm,
really it's not really about the dog with him. It's just more about because hey man, shit, he on top of the food chain when it comes to boxing world. But
Yeah,
at the same time, how hungry is he? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Is it just to get a bag and this is entertainment at this point? I don't really have to. You know what I'm saying? Because he's getting the big prize. Crawford getting paid too, but Canelo getting the big prize. So that's my question. We all remember how I used to always say somebody, they get fat on the
yeah,
money. You get,
yeah, yeah.
like Matt Ryan, you get fat on that. How hungry are you? You know what I'm saying? Is it really you
Yeah,
just
that
going
and
you
that
just or you just going through the
well,
motions? That type of
well,
thing.
well, that would be my reasoning, behind going with Bud on this. It's because I just think he got the hunger. He been waiting on this for years. They've been, the organization and the game been putting they thumb on his neck for years and keeping him from opportunity.
I
And
mean,
so
but
he
but like you said, I mean, because he been on the top rank.
yeah,
So in top ranking, I'm not saying, you know, ESPN Friday Night Fights, man. I mean, Crawford fought on that for like shit for a long time.
for a long time.
I mean, handling his business. I mean, handling his business
Wait,
too. But
wait, wait,
but no,
waiting to get
but nobody want to give him the big fights, right?
right.
Nobody didn't want to give him that smoke. It's particularly in his weight class. They didn't want the smoke. I just put it that way. They
No,
didn't want
no,
that
they didn't.
smoke.
They didn't want to smoke.
So it was just like, what else can the man do?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
uh, so I feel like now he has the opportunity to get the biggest payday that he's had in the boxing business. He's finally got that opportunity. I know he got the dog, and I know
yeah.
he's hungry.
But that's
And
gonna get him through.
so hell, man, with that, who was that? I was looking at Roy Jones. He said, "Hey, I'm gonna put it like this." Somebody asked him about the fight. He said, "Well," he said, "I'm gonna put it just like this. If I was a betting man," he said, "both of the guys." He said, "I like both of them." He said, Canelo, he does his thing, but he said, but at the same time, when I look at Crawford, he finally, been in the game for a long time. He finally got this opportunity to fight Canelo, get a big bag, and he said, hell. And also, he said, I look at Canelo. He all. It seemed like he just got one way to get it done. He
Yeah,
said, but shit. He said, but shit. He didn't say shit, but he said, but look, Crawford. Yeah, that motherfucker, he got 6 way to get it done. So he said,
yeah,
if I gotta put my money on the shit,
yeah,
I'm gonna go with the dude that got 6 way to get it done.
yeah. But that's the truth.
Damn.
He
But I
fight.
mean, he said
Canelo
he
fight.
said a mouthful when he said that shit. I
Canelo
was
fight
like,
exactly because Canelo fights. I mean, the majority of his fights have been guys. I don't want to say they one trick ponies, but they just like him. They got one. They ain't got a whole lot in the bag, but
they ain't got a whole lot in the tools, tools.
they ain't got a whole lot in the toolbox. Then he don't neither, but he got a big house.
Right.
So that's it. That's how he been making it. That's how he been eating. Until
Oh,
he finds somebody else that got more in their toolbox, which was Floyd. This the
right.
first time since Floyd he gonna be facing somebody they got a lot in their toolbox that I don't care how long he been practicing. He ain't gonna be ready for it. It's just a matter of if Bud can apply them same skill sets with a few more pounds on his ass. That's the question. And if he can at least halfway do that shit and last through 12 rounds, he should win this fight easily on points.
I agree with that. I agree. I totally agree.
That's
Now,
that's it.
and then also too, and I'm gonna make this last point, and also too, if there's no truth to that damn rumor that's going around, then
Mm.
I'm not saying that that's the only
Yeah,
that's the only thing. If there ain't no truth to this little rumor that's going around. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Talking about his shoulder flaring up before the fight. So
yeah, yeah.
you
So
know,
we gonna
so
find out. So if he
but
look a little weird, then you
but
gonna know.
we're gonna find out because you're right. If we see a little weirdness going on and you seeing Canelo hitting his shoulder or some kind of you already know
Yeah,
what's up because
yeah.
apparently he knows something.
You know something. Yep.
Mm,
Gonna test
but
it out. Gonna test.
he gonna test it out. But we'll see, man. We'll see. I
We'll
mean, I'm
see. Yeah.
looking forward to the fight.
Looking forward to
And
it.
I hadn't really looked at the undercard, but I think they got a couple of good fights on the undercard
Yeah.
as well.
Yep, 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 yep. So we'll be looking forward to that on Saturday. So we got to move on. The Braves, man, real quick, man. Snicker gets, I think, over 800 wins, hit his 800 mark as a manager, which is great for Snick. But the real big question is, will he be managing the Braves? And that's the big question. They asked management about it, and they kind of his response. Anthopoulos' response was like, "Well, he'll always be part of this organization. Not yes, he will be our manager until further, whatever. No, his answer was he will always be part of the organization, probably be here longer than me. So what that means is they trying to negotiate with Schnitt to keep him in the organization at some capacity while they bring into a new manager, or just have him choose his successor. So but I still don't think that the Braves are going to stick with Schmidt going into another season. They could, but I just don't see it. I think they're
Yeah.
gonna find some way for him in the organization to go president of operations or something real
Here's
slick and sound good.
here's my thought on this, and this have happened in organizations, basketball, football in the past. Could it be that management has already had that talk with him to say, hey, you know, um, we like what you've done with the organization, blah blah. Maybe they've already had these talks,
It's very
and,
possible.
and, and Snooker probably has already agreed to say, yeah, I feel like this is my last run with you guys. We'll have furthermore talk when the season ends like that, or how which way we want to go as far as moving you in something else. They may have. I think they may have already. Just my opinion, Brett. I think they
I
already
hope
had
so.
those talks. I think
I hope so.
I don't think I get the impression, even though I haven't watched the Braves a lot this season, but I get the impression that I don't think Snick. I don't think he even wants to return as the manager. I feel like this feels like he's ready to just say, hey,
It's
at the
time.
end of the season, at the end of the season, I'm no longer gonna be coaching.
Yeah,
Whatever it is that they. That's what it seems like to me, man. I think Snick, he's had a great run. He's been part of course, the Braves. Years and years. He got a uh, World
it's time.
Series. He's got a World Series, and maybe he just don't even have don't even have the desire to do it. Maybe he's just like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm just gonna get through this, and that's it. That's what I think, man. And if you really think about it, kind of makes sense because hell, he don't have anything else. He don't have anything else to prove. Shit,
No, no, no.
he's got a World Series. Um, hell, he can ride it off in the sunset. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the.
I agree.
But I think they've already had those discussions though. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Or
I would think.
they already started talking about it.
Yeah, I would
How they,
definitely hope so. To where, I think they're definitely talking about it. Hopefully it won't be a scramble in terms of finding a nice place for him to land in the organization.
hmm
So I think Braves just need a new voice. It's time.
Yeah, yeah, it's time. It's time. Yeah, it's
It's time off. And I don't think the players are really
time.
responding
Well,
anymore. So we got Luke. So we bring him
Lou's in the
on.
house. Yeah, bring Lou on. Yeah.
Yeah,
Luke,
and
what's
guys,
going
I had
on?
to. Well, first I was looking for your site, and then I went to my Facebook group page, and it wasn't there. I'm like,
Uh,
what happened?
yeah, it should be on there. But I'm glad you hit me up on the chat, and so that way I can get you in.
Yeah, because I go to my Facebook group pages, and all my groups are there, and yours was not there. I'm like, what happened?
Yeah, it should. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, we'll figure that out, Lou. But
we'll figure it on out, man. I think and it probably went. Let me see. I think it probably went on the wrong page. Yep, it did. It went on the wrong page.
Okay,
It went
okay,
on.
it's back. It's back now, guys. It's back. Okay, it's back.
Yep. All right.
yeah,
Yep.
mm,
Yep.
Okay,
It went on.
first,
It went on.
it went
It's kind
on.
of like it's kind of it's on the page, but not the group page.
right. Well,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
if that's not weird enough, well,
Mhm.
okay. I mean, I know it's not one of your topics, but here's a weird thing. Now, I have
Yeah,
Amazon Prime, and of course, I would use watch some of the Yankee games on Wednesday nights. But for some reason, my well, they have the Fox for the local stations. For some reason, I'm getting a Philadelphia station instead of New York.
that's weird.
I don't know what's up with that either.
That's weird. I mean, because I mean, like it's like cars. You know, I mean, New York's gonna trump everything up there, including Philly. And so I don't get it. That's weird
I
to
mean,
me.
it's kind of weird.
You know, so
Yeah.
but yeah, it's crazy. I mean, we're used to crazy stuff like that happening down here with certain sports. You
Yeah,
know, but for
yeah,
the most
but a whole station. I mean,
yeah,
really?
but the most part, you know, we're not gonna have a huge problem in with the local channels showing the hometown folks. And so if it's
Yeah, because I
on,
shouldn't either. I mean,
yeah, we
because Amazon
it,
Prime has the Wednesday night games for Yankees, but unfortunately, I got replaced by a Philadelphia station for whatever reason. I have no idea.
that's not good. It's not good at all.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, yeah, I'll be pissed actually. But
I mean,
but
did hell freeze over this past week? Something I don't know.
maybe check outside. But at any rate, I mean, I mean, the topic is kind of right on time because we were just talking about a wrapping up talk with the Braves and Brian Snitker wins
Uh,
800, and he won't be managing with the Braves next year, but we think that he'll be somewhere within the organization doing something
yeah,
with a fancy title because the
I'll tell you.
GM was real
Been big on this week though.
evasive.
I mean, have you noticed that there's been well a rash of shall we say irritable behavior in the NFL? I mean, all these spitting incidents. I mean,
Yeah,
really?
and that was the next thing we're gonna try just vaguely because we're gonna get into some college football.
Yeah.
But just real, and that's part of the rounder. I forgot to put that. I'm glad you brought that up because I meant to put that down there, but I didn't. But at any rate, we saw it on the college level, we saw it on the pro level, and you would think they're like, come on, guy, you know, and even though Dak Prescott, you know, spit at it, he didn't spit on it. And so that
Yeah.
doesn't give an excuse to say, I mean, yeah, you can go back and talk some smack, but shoot, Jalen Carter shouldn't even been on that side of the line of scrimmage. All his teammates were like yards behind him. He's the only one up there, and he's all in their huddle. And so, and you know, then you're gonna spit out. Look, you don't spit on another person. Period.
No.
You don't do that. That's something that you just do not do in life. You know, because you know the repercussions are just, you know, I mean, you don't do it because it's disrespectful. Number one, but
No.
number two, I mean, the repercussion of that, you know, you don't know what may happen. So I think being that the ref was on his toes and threw him out the game, I think the league said he already, set out a game, and so I think they fined him. How much did they? I forgot how much they
I
fined.
mean, it's so childish too.
Yeah, you don't do that. You don't do that. You know, you just don't. There's no excuse for that, and especially if you're around and you got these foundations and stuff like that, and you talking to kids and everybody trust their kids with you on the off season, whatever,
Yeah.
and then you come out there and you do some stuff like this, it's like, oh, who is this guy? So, so I look, you got to be better. And I think, and another incident I'm going to talk about briefly is Buffalo and the Ravens. And so when they went around and there was a fan in red that pushing them when they were going through and tapped one of them
Yes.
on the head, and he just kept it moving. And but Lamar Jackson saw that, and he knew it was coming. And he was ready for it too. And the guy tried to do it to Lamar Jackson, and Lamar was ready for it. He's like, oh hell no.
Yeah.
And then pushed him back a number of feet, to let him know that, look, this is not the day. And so, so so the guy, it's kind of funny because the guy comes out in neck brace and all that kind of stuff, trying to
Yes.
say whatever. But it was to the league to like, look, man, you won't be going to any games for quite some time,
No.
indefinitely. You won't be going to Bills games for any NFL games. You know, so
And nothing right here.
get comfy at home. And if you got
You know,
season tickets,
I hate to bring up the old Falber cartoon, but I gotta do it.
yeah,
You remember like school at recess time. School at recess, yeah. No class.
no glad, no glad.
I had to throw it in. I
Oh
know it
man,
sounds stupid, but in this case I had to
that,
do it.
that
No
happened in the
class.
game. That happened in the game. Come on now, man, you went way back, Luke. So, but yeah, so that is. But look, you can't, just like we said about spitting on people. Look, you are a fan. Your job is to fan and talk smack. That's it. Your job is not to be putting hands on folks, especially the opposing team. You know, you don't put your hands on that. You know, now if it's your team and you giving them high fives, okay, that's different. But if it's the opposing team, keep your damn hands to yourself. Period. That's it. And it's like, I mean, Lamar made a public apology, like, yeah, but still keep your hand to yourself. But I don't even know. I mean, I understand why he apologized, because it's just, PR move thing to do in today's time. It's just what you do. But he didn't have to, and everybody would have totally understood it if he, other than Bills fans. But everybody else would have understood. Like, what is he apologizing for? The guy put hands on him, and he just wanted to let it go. Right? Don't do it. So I bet when he woke up that morning, he didn't. I bet it wasn't part of his bingo card that he'd be banned forever. Fair games. But I bet he didn't think that was coming. Um, and the last thing, guys, in baseball, I know you guys heard about the baseball Karen, right, up in Philly.
No.
They can't keep the ball, huh? Come on.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Lou got it. So baseball
yeah.
Karen, the guy comes over. I mean, look, it's free fall. Guy gets the ball, hands it to his kid. Great day. Karen come over there and she's just like giving the dad an earful. He's like, what the hell is going on? And so I was like, look, fine, whatever. I don't want this to be a thing. Here, take the ball. And she took it and kept it moving. And it's like, what? And so both organizations, I mean, this kid got a whole, you talk about gift baskets. That's probably the best thing that ever happened. They gave the kid autographed balls, bats, jerseys. I mean, man, is there anything that he did not get in the past couple of days to make amends for that mess, that debacle? But look, it's the guy gave it to his kid. It's over. You didn't get it. It's over.
Right.
Just let it go. You were supposed to be an adult.
Right.
Let it go. And she didn't let it go, and it backfired. So
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, why, it's just let it go. I mean, why?
I don't know. Yeah,
uh,
I don't know what's going on with it, but that I don't know. But look, guys, let's move on. We got a lot of
the ball. Come on.
yeah. That and it's what you do, And so apparently she was living up on the rock. She didn't get the memo. Look, guys, we got to shift gears. College football, pretty decent weekend, man. Some upsets, man. South Florida defeats Florida. Who saw that coming? I knew South Florida had a squad. I knew they were pretty good. Because what happens is a lot of the guys they go to South Florida. You know the story. A lot of the guys who don't make it to Florida State, Miami, Florida, either they don't have the grades or they got to check up past or whatever the case may be. More lax atmosphere. They go to South Florida. Like, oh man, you can stay home, stay around on here and we take care of it. Don't worry about that. Things are a little bit more relaxed over here. Less fewer eyes. And so they get those athletes. Right. And so now, you seeing what they can do. Billy Napier's gone. But whatever. I hope he stays until Georgia plays. But look, that game was something else. Nobody saw that coming. Florida was one of those teams everybody was like up and coming, which they may still be pretty decent, maybe South Florida just that good, but we're gonna find out because South Florida plays Miami this weekend. So
Yeah.
we'll see how good they really are. I know they're good about themselves. Clemson outlasted Troy 27-16. That game was close enough. Mississippi State upsets Arizona. I think Trey Young took Mississippi State over Arizona. Trey Young actually had some pretty good picks. They seemed crazy at the time, but yes, actually had some pretty good picks on game day. Oklahoma handles Michigan. I picked Oklahoma in that one. I didn't know. Now this is an upset to me, but Baylor defeats SMU in overtime. I had SMU in that game. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I didn't see Baylor winning that game.
Well, Baylor, from my, I hadn't seen a lot of Baylor, but they got a pretty good offense. So I think there was a lot of scoring going on, of course, in that game.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So yeah. So
yeah,
yeah. But yeah, it is a shock that SMU, because SMU is pretty good. They actually was in the playoffs last year. So
yep. They were.
But
Yeah,
I'm more surprised about Florida State. I mean, last year you go 2-10, and this year you're like the powerhouse you were back in the '90s. I mean, you beat
yeah.
Alabama 2 weeks ago. You won last week. So is Florida State back?
Time will tell.
yeah, I don't know. I think, yeah, you're right. I think
Time,
time would tell on that. I
time will
don't think
tell.
I don't think Alabama. I mean, you know, they played an Alabama team that they got some issues. So, but we'll see.
Nick Saban, what do you say now?
Nick Saban's chilling. So
We'll Hey, it's going to be interesting because, like you said, Florida State, who they play? Let's see. They play Kent State. I don't know much about Kent State.
yeah,
They should,
they play Kent State.
yeah, they should be able to, take care of them. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, so let me talk about the last review game, and that's this Georgia Austin Peay. Uh, Georgia won the game 28-6. Um,
Yeah.
I think I guess it's the game within the game because you expect to win the game, but it's the game within the game. How well are you doing facets of the game? I think defensively, Georgia looked good. They didn't allow any touchdowns, and so I think that they cleaned up the stuff a little bit they did last week with communication and execution issues. I think there were two fumbles lost. Nate Frazier's got to hold on to the ball, or he's going to lose that starting position. He gets fumbleitis, and so fumbling the ball against these little small teams. What are you going to do against Tennessee this weekend? And other guys are going to play. So I don't like the turnovers. And the ugly for me was again, I thought we had some quarterback indecisiveness. So I don't know if
Right.
that was just, or maybe that was, I don't know if it's because Kirby wanted to focus on the run, which he did. I think we got 190 yards on the ground, which was great. But your quarterback didn't scramble. He didn't throw a lot. He was just, pedestrian. So
Yeah.
you can't have pedestrian against teams like Austin Peay. And so hoping any good, bad, or ugly from that game from you on that Austin Peay.
Yeah, like you said, the good allowed no TDs. That was definitely the good. Fumbles, bad. QB, the
No lie.
indecisiveness. Yeah, I think I agree with all the rundown. I don't have anything different than that. But like you said, the next game against Tennessee, we're gonna have to play our A game. That's for sure.
Well, let's
Yeah.
get to it, man. Let's get to some picks, man. Going into it, man. We got Tennessee coming up on Saturday, 3:30 game. It's up in Knoxville, I think. And
Mm-hmm.
so Georgia's won the last, I don't know, man, last 8 in a row or something like that. I don't know.
Hmm.
I lost count. I think like 8 in a row Georgia's won by double digits, every last one of them.
Yeah.
And every year there's a big hype machine over Tennessee, how many points they've scored against this, that, and the other, high powered offense, blah, blah, blah. And you play Georgia, it don't matter whether it's it doesn't matter whether it's in Knoxville or whether it's in Athens, that Georgia finds a way to just handles it, and it may be close in the first half, but in the second half, Georgia finds a way to pull away. Will that be the case on Saturday, guys? I just throw it out there, Lou.
Wait, repeat the question.
Yeah, Georgia, Tennessee. Who you got in that matchup?
Oh, I gotta go with Georgia.
Who you got in that one, Hope, and why?
I'm going with Georgia. I think Georgia defense. I don't think Tennessee played a good defense as of yet. I think the defense is going to be the difference in the game.
Yeah, I think the defense is really good for Georgia. I think it's pretty good for Tennessee. So you may have a low scoring affair here. But I don't know, man. I'm taking Tennessee in the upset, man. I don't think Georgia. I don't think Gunner Stockton got a clue, man. I don't know unless he's just hiding from
No,
it.
that's true. He doesn't, but that's beside the point.
I
I
mean,
think I
get
think
crazy. I don't think
yeah.
get crazy.
I think they're gonna have a different game plan. That's why I'm kind of going. I think Gunner. I think Gunner gonna do a lot more running in this game. That's just my opinion. I don't think he's gonna be
Yeah,
throwing it that much. That's why.
yeah,
That's why I'm going with Georgia.
yeah. I think they're gonna, but I think that defense is gonna try to bait him to throw. I think they're gonna want him to throw and see what he can do. And so like,
Yeah,
we're gonna put him in the box. We know he got legs. They call him Ronald Stockton. So we gonna put an extra man in the box. Maybe put a spy on him if we have to, and make him pass. We gonna go man to man, or I don't know. I don't think it really matters.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you want a man to man with those receivers. Because Kobe's pretty good.
hmm
Uh, Branch is probably the most electrifying player in the SEC that nobody's talking about. And so he's got a couple of weapons out there that I don't think they want to man up on. They probably want to get some help.
Oops.
But but everybody else, some of those guys, man, when he started going deep, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think that the offensive line was kind of listless.
Yeah, the offensive line is a little banged up, but I picked Georgia in this, and I think Georgia's gonna go. I think
Yeah.
they're
I think Georgia loses by a field goal in a shocker.
gonna.
All right, next game is Georgia Tech versus Clemson. Who you got, Luke?
I'm not impressed with Clemson at all, so I'm gonna go with GT.
All right, who you got in that one? Hope.
Yeah, I'm like Lou. I'm not impressed with Clemson either. I'm going with Georgia Tech.
Did they really
All
deserve to
right,
be that ranked that high in the preseason poll? No, they really didn't.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I agree, guys.
So,
I'm not seeing anything from Clemson. I think they still have quarterbacking issues, and I don't think their defense is nearly as good as it's been
yes,
traditionally.
yes.
I think Tech's just gonna, but but is Haynes King gonna play?
That's a good question.
Because if Haynes King doesn't play, then things gonna start to get interesting for Georgia Tech. But Georgia Tech's gonna need Haynes King to play in order to win and beat these guys. If he's playing, then Georgia Tech all the way. But if not, then it's gonna get a little weird. This is my 2 cents on that. All right, the next one is Miami versus South Florida. Who you got in that, Luke?
I'm gonna go with Miami.
Yeah, who you got, Homer?
Uh, I'm gonna go with the upset. I'm gonna go with South Florida.
It probably won't be an upset, but I'm just saying, probably won't be an upset. I want to go with South Florida too. They got a pretty decent team, man. But I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll with Miami. I think Miami wins a close one. But South Florida is not gonna sneak up on these guys, so I think Miami's gonna be ready. All right, guys, here's the big one: LSU versus Florida. Well, sort of.
All right.
Who you got in that game? LSU, Florida. Who you got in that one?
Oh, it's tough one
Florida.
here.
Yeah,
I think of wait, in South Florida and what?
That's Florida and LSU.
Or LSU? Ooh, I think I'm gonna go LSU.
Yeah. Yeah. Over.
Well, it should be a very interesting game. They playing in the swamp.
That I don't know.
If they playing in the swamp, I'm going with Florida.
Yeah. Well, they do want to get that bad taste out of their mouth.
Yeah, I think after that,
South Florida.
after that South Florida, man, I'm pretty sure they're gonna. Yeah, I gotta go with I gotta go with Florida now.
Well, I wouldn't lose. This is gonna be a tough one. But I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna go ahead and roll with LSU on this one. I'm rolling LSU on this one, man. I'm rolling LSU. I think LSU's got a pretty good team this year, and I think they're gonna win this one. Florida. I think Florida's floundering up. This game is in Death Valley at night.
Oh,
Oh, I definitely got. Yeah, I got LSU by like 10.
it's in Death Valley. Oh, I'm
It's
sorry.
in Death Valley.
LSU then.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is in Death Valley at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck with that. 2 losses in a row for Florida. So you got Notre Dame versus Texas A&M. That should be an interesting game. Who you got in that one, Luke?
I've got
No.
Tough one. I gotta go Texas A&M.
All right. Who you got in this one, Hope?
It is a tough one to call. I'm gonna go with Notre Dame.
Yep. I think this was going to be closer than what they have for the line. I think the line is Notre Dame. I'm going with Notre Dame. They got about 6.5, but I because they're at home, and that's the only reason. It's because they're at home. If this game was in Texas A&M, I'd probably go with Texas A&M. So, man, here's a fun game, guys. South Carolina versus Vandy. Who you got in that one, Lou? Vandy or South Carolina?
South Carolina. You take Benny, you're crazy.
Yeah, Vandy's been tough as of late, though. Who you got in this game, Hope?
I'm going with Vandy in the upset.
Oh boy, you these upsets, man. So I only got one upset. You got 2 upsets.
I'll call it upset weekend.
Upset weekend. All right. Well, I'm going to South Carolina in this game. South Carolina. This game is in Columbus, South Carolina, so I'm going to South Carolina. I'm going with the guys. So look, guys. Top 5 schools AP poll. Doesn't really mean a whole lot, but it's cool to just talk about. Number 5 team is Miami. Number 4 team is Oregon. Number 3 is LSU. Number 2, Penn State remains at number 2, and Ohio State's number 1. Georgia's out of the top 5. They dropped to number 6 because they've just been unimpressive to folks. But then again, I mean, it's just the AP. So just a real quick fun fact, guys, and I'm gonna move on to NFL. This lady on the West Coast, and she's one of the voters, right? And so for the AP. And so I think part of her card, I think she had moved Florida up 2 spaces or something in her poll. And wait a minute, Florida just lost in an upset to South Florida, and you moved them up 2 spots. And it's just, what are you doing?
Logic in this, people.
Right, what are you doing? And so they will talk to you like, well, I don't know, it's good that everybody's giving me this attention.
Yeah, it's just think you don't know.
All right, you're like, I have to get home. My process is, I can't tell everybody my process, but I try to watch games late at night, blah blah blah. It's like it was so bad. So she didn't know, probably didn't even see the game. And then but all of that is just to say that these people who are doing these AP, some people take it seriously, but you got some people that don't have a clue. And you look at these rankings,
Yeah.
and you're like, well, and that's why I always like looking at the coaches ranking. The coaches poll is always kind of cool, although they don't get a chance to see everybody, but people on their staff do. And so if you look at the coaches staff, the coaches ranking, then the 1 and 2 is the same, but number 3 team is Georgia, and number 4 is LSU, and then Oregon State. So I don't know, coaches poll is a little different. So I don't know.
I go by the Associated Press poll. I don't trust the coaches poll.
Well, that's the thing about the Associated Press is because they're getting light in the ass now, and so they're not as good as they used to be. Associated Press used to be.
They were
I mean,
never good.
we depended on them because they would set up the championship like I don't know what 30, 40 years ago. But I agree. I mean, because the thing about it is, it's about who's who they feel comfortable with. And I remember the year when Auburn was undefeated.
I do
And
too.
they did not put them. They weren't on suspension or anything, but they didn't put them in the bowl game for a national championship. And they let who was it? I think it was USC or somebody play a national championship instead that year. I'll never forget it. And I think that's what they had. What they had Cadillac running the ball over? Was it Cadillac? Auburn? Cadillac. I mean,
Yeah. They had Cadillac.
They had a loaded squad. I mean, defense. Everybody went to the NFL and everything. And so, they of course they won their bowl game, but because of the system in college football, was just so antiquated even back then. You never get a chance to see everybody play in terms of being vetted. Your top teams really being vetted, and everybody's about the bowl game. You had 8 championship games from AP. Then we're supposed to be satisfied with bowl games. Look, this ain't our granddaddy's game no more. It ain't our pop's game no more. We don't care about bowl games. It's about a playoff. So teams can vet themselves for the most part. Who's the best? Other than having some press people sit back in the back in the smoke-filled room and pick who you're going to see for a championship. All right, glad we're not in those dark days anymore. NFL guys, real quick. The Bills and Ravens. I thought it was a good game, guys. Not. I don't think the Ravens fans agree. These guys were up 40-25 in the fourth quarter and lose the game. Jesus. I mean, that ain't some Falcon stuff. I don't know what.
It's one of those games. Yeah, Ravens scratching their head like, what just happened? But if you really think about it, that game. One thing about it, no matter how much the Ravens were doing their thing, the Bills kept the foot on the gas. They didn't give up.
Yeah.
That made the difference. And the Ravens, to be honest, man, and the way I see it, the Raven defense let them down. Because really, even if they got a few stops, they would have won. But it was just like it got to the point. It was like, is the Ravens defense on the field? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, and you got to credit some of that to Josh Allen and company too. I mean,
Oh, absolutely. I mean, no, I'm not taking no. Yeah,
I mean, you got to credit them for some of that because he balled out in the second and the fourth quarter. He balled out. I got to give it to him. I mean, so Lou, I know Diane's got to be happy with that victory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know she's got to be happy to start. It's better starting out 1-0 than 0-1. Eagles. The Eagles handled the Cowboys. We saw that last week. I mean, Cowboys played that was a pretty good game too, because Cowboys came out there to win. And so I thought they did a lot of good things. You were just undermanned. You playing against the champs.
There was some poor execution in the Cowboys, especially on the offense. You had a lot of drop balls.
Yeah. I mean, CeeDee Lamb didn't help.
Yeah.
Lamb didn't help, but then again, guys, a lot of this stuff that we're seeing is a lack preparation in the preseason because CD Lamb, with like a lot of our players in the Falcons, all preseason or most preseason, not all, most preseason, he was chilling in sweat. So,
Yeah, it kind of goes back to we always talk about it, even to the Falcons, and we get to the even with the Chiefs. Let's go ahead and move on. Even to the Chiefs
yeah,
losing
yeah,
against the
please,
Chargers.
yeah, yeah.
The Chiefs losing against the Chargers. The Chiefs played their players in the postseason. I'm sorry, not in the preseason.
Yeah.
Um, the my point on the game, it was real simple, man. It just uh the Chargers wanted it more. That's
Yeah,
what it looked like to me, man. It seemed like the Chargers just wanted it more, man.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They did. Chargers got tired of losing to the Chiefs. Sick of the
Sure.
Chiefs. And,
But
and
but
so
but to Patrick Mahomes credit, he made some hell of a plays in the
he
game.
did. Oh yeah, he did. Ain't no doubt about that. He made highlight real worthy plays to win that game. But collectively, they just wanted it more. It didn't help that was it Worthy who got hurt bumping into Travis Kelce
Yeah, yeah,
on a crossing pattern.
yeah. That you losing one of your best. They already were down, with Rashid Rice.
Yeah.
And then you lose Worthy. It's just like hell. You know, they were just banged up on the offensive side.
Yeah, yeah. Agreed. So yeah, I agree with that, man. So look, man, the Falcons lose to the Bucks. So
Yeah, dirty birds lose. Hmm.
we lose. But I will say this, man. In my pickings, I went 11-5. That's pretty good, I guess.
Yeah,
And but one of the games I picked correctly was the Falcons Bucks game. I went the Bucks in this game.
yeah,
Yeah.
And look, man, I mean, Bucks wasn't perfect neither. Falcons wasn't perfect. Neither one of them really. I think the Falcons came out in their first series, looked great. But outside of that, 3 and outs, too many 3 and outs. Our offensive line not blocking for the run. We can't run. Some bad offensive play calling. Was just bad. But I do think we got a quarterback in Atlanta. So Penix looks good. I like Penix. Penix is doing his thing. We had some key drops from Drake London, which you don't like to see. But I thought Pitts looked different. I thought that maybe we should have gone to Pitts in the red zone and find him. I know you want to go to Drake London. That's what the playbook said. You go to him first because he's your number one receiver, and he could come down with it. I would have gone to Pitts myself. But at
Yeah.
any rate, guys, I think the good for that game for me was the quarterback. The bad was even though the defense played pretty well through most of the game, I just think that under 2 minutes you have to be at your best. And we let a lot of things go. We missed a lot of key plays, key stops on third down. The rushes from Baker was just, we made him look like Mike Vick. So, he made some incredible plays. And I think the ugly for that game was obviously Coop, our kicker. Had a chance to, kick it into overtime and we take our chance. But team worked hard to get down there to give him a chip shot, and he missed it. And the thing about it, Bowles had called a timeout for freezing, and he made that kick. He kicked it anyway. So Todd Bowles was upset because really you're not supposed to make the kick. So when the coach called timeout, everything's supposed to freeze, and the kicker's not even supposed to get a practice shot. Because that's a practice kick. That's the only reason you call it. You don't call it for him to get a practice. You call it for him to freeze and to make him think about it. And so Coop kicked it in. Who kicked it anyway? Bo was mad as hell. Hit the ref. Why did you let him kick the
He's not
ball?
gonna take it anymore either.
Why did you let him get it?
Well, hell, maybe he shouldn't have took that damn practice kick. Shit.
Yeah,
Right.
probably not. But he's not going to get a chance to find out because there's going to be of a new kicker. So Atlanta's working out a new kicker, and so we may have a new kicker on Sunday. Hopefully, what you got, man?
Yeah, I agree with your sentiments on the good, bad, and the ugly. Especially the ugly.
No.
You know, but the good, like what I saw with Penix. He's a baller. I think he's only going to get better, and defense need to just, they need to hold their own, and we need to see some improvement in that as far as the rushing, the quarterback.
Mhm. Yeah.
And then the ugly times two, coup.
Good.
Um, you know, and it's already been discussions about him from last season. I'm just surprised they didn't pull the card then, but we had to go into this season with him again.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
way I see it.
I agree. I would have put Koo out the pasture in the off season.
Yeah,
That way it won't be a
I would have
thing.
I would have just got a new kicker for the new season anyway. So
Yeah, I mean, it's just so many kickers out there, man. It's too many kickers out there for us not to have a kicker. But I get it. Everybody's sentimental. Want to stick with Cool. He thought he did the right thing. He working out a little bit more and all that kind of stuff. And he looked the same, looked like he did last year, if not worse.
yeah,
So
well, I mean, even during the preseason, it didn't look too well. So I mean, I'm
he
just
looked
saying.
right,
I mean, that
exactly.
was in the preseason. So
Yeah. And
I
it really
think
wasn't no, and it really wasn't a real competition between him and Craig, whatever the guy's name was from overseas, because that was a promotional thing, man. In my opinion, I don't want to call it a
Yeah.
stunt. It was a promotional thing because the guy was from overseas, and he's kind of like in a developmental program, and so
yeah,
the Falcons was working to just say, hey, we got a guy that's not from here, but we're working him out. He can actually make the team. And so that's something that's kind of part of one of those things to kind of continue to sell the game of football
Yeah.
globally. But look, man, you're not gonna, you're not gonna compete with soccer. You're just not globally. I mean, but you can try. Maybe the next lifetime, maybe the next generation of kids come after us. Maybe they'll see some improvement. But no, you're not gonna do that. So
Maybe.
look, guys. Go ahead. Luke.
Maybe let's see some improvement, but on the other hand, don't hold your breath.
Yeah. So look, guys, this week we got some matchups. We got Falcons versus Vikings. That's Sunday night game. Who you got in that one, Lou? Falcons versus Vikings.
I think I gotta go with the Vikings.
Yeah, that was a pretty good game they had. They looked listless through most of the game, and they ended up coming back, and that was against the Bears. Bears is self-destructive. Surprise. So hopefully, who you got in that matchup? Falcons Vikings.
oh man, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Much as I like the Falcons, damn Vikings, man. I'm gonna have to go to Vikings, man.
Yeah. I think I like what they have going on. Their defense is gonna be better. So Falcons gonna have to deal, although they have some injuries at linebacker, so they got some injuries
Yeah,
all
they're
over.
gonna have they thought Tampa Bay defense was
Yeah. They're gonna have some issues here with uh, week two in the Vikings. You have another Russian quarterback who's gonna use his legs. So all you do with that, man, I don't see what's so hard about setting up a spot. So just in case the guy chuck decides to run, man, you got somebody sitting there waiting on it. That won't be accounted for. What's
yeah.
so hard about that? That works all the time. So Falcons should do that. I don't think they will, but they should. So Penix is gonna be Penix. I think he's gonna do well, but I don't know who he's gonna throw to. I think Mooney's gonna start. But Drake London is not 100%. So he's got an injury bug. I don't know what's going on there. Washington's got a concussion. So you're looking at Ray McLeod and Pitts. So hey, you got Kyle Pitts, so you should still be able to make that happen. So I don't know. We got a lot of guys on the roster, man. So we just need to make sure that in the red zone we use Pitts and we do a better job blocking for the run game because we suck blocking for the run. We got to do better. So I with all that said, man, I gotta go. I think I'm going Vikings. They playing at home too,
Mm-hmm.
so we gonna
Yeah.
start like 0-2, man. That's gonna suck. All right,
Yeah.
guys. Next game, Bills and the Jets. Who you got, Lou?
I hate to go against my team, but I think I have to go with the Bills.
Yeah. Justin Field looks good though. He didn't look bad, man. I mean, the Jets came up a little bit short against the Steelers.
Why did they do it? Why did they do it so early in the season?
I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's got me scratching my head.
It's suicide. That's what it is.
You on Bills? Who you got in this matchup? Over Bills Jets.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the Bills.
Yeah, I'm going Bills too, man. Although I think Jets have made some slight improvements. Uh, I think that Justin Fields probably has found a pretty good home. He got a good, folks around. He's got Brees Hall and he's got what's the receiver's name up there, man?
Yeah.
Garrett
Uh,
Wilson.
Gary Wilson. Yep,
But I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he was quarterbacking when Wilson was at Ohio State.
yep, he was. That's why I'm like, man, this thing might, just give it some time and see what happens.
They got
But
some
yeah,
they already got some chemistry together. So
already got some chemistry, and the only ones you got to worry about is the Bills, really. I mean, because the Dolphins look a mess, and the Patriots are just meandering along. So I mean, with a quarterback, I mean, you got a chance.
yeah,
You probably
absolutely.
got the second. Really, you probably got the second best quarterback in the division. I
I
mean, out
agree
there.
with I agree with that.
So Jets might be doing. They might do a little something. All right, we got Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl rematch. Who you got in that one, Luke?
Super. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
Eagles. Who you got in that, Hobo?
I'm going with the Chiefs.
Ah, this is a tough one, guys.
I knew this would be a split.
This is gonna be a tough one. I
Yeah.
think this game is gonna be in Philadelphia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This game is good. I'm not this week, so I'm looking at. I think this game is I think it is. Nope, it's in Kansas City. It's in Kansas City. I'm going Chiefs just because it's at home, and all the Swifties are gonna show up. All the Swifties showing up. Taylor's gonna be there to give him some support. So yeah. I'm going Chiefs in this one. All right, guys. Last one. We got Giants versus Cowboys. Who you got, Lou?
Cowboys.
Woo! Against the Giants. Who you got in this one, Hope?
Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm going Cowboys in this one. I mean, Cowboys ain't that great, but they don't suck like the Giants. So, yeah, Cowboys should win this one, and Cowboys at home. So, going Cowboys in that one too. All right, because of time, we're gonna go through all of them. That's the last pick of the day. Luke, send us home, man.
All right. Enhanced Sports Show continues on Saturday, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Number is 512-543-4662. It's again 512-543-4662. Yeah, we'll keep track of the pennant races. Well, I should say the race regular season with the NL East and the NL West because those are the hottest divisions right now. Oh, let me tell you. Um, we'll get thoughts on week one of the NFL season, and of course your predictions for week two, college football predictions as well. WNBA playoffs as they start on Sunday, so I want your predictions on that.
Let's go, Dream.
Help everybody, please. Yeah. NBA as well as we get ready for the preseason, as well as the NHL, and of course we got. Oh, we'll also wrap up the U.S. Open tennis finals as well. So keep an eye on that. And we'll have WWE and UFC as well. Also, your thoughts and comments this week in sports history. The ridiculous sign of the week. And boy, have I got a doozy about that one. Oh boy. Oh, yeah. Sports trivia and the feel good story of the week. Remember to look us up on, or you can share the page. And remember, we're on Facebook Live, and I'm staying on Facebook Live. I am not transferring to anywhere else.
Sounds good.
Sounds
And
good, man.
we may be
You
doing
know,
the
if
same
you've been paying
thing.
attention to what happened with a very ridiculous item this week, I think you'll know.
Okay.
If you don't, then you'll have to call in or listen to find out.
Sounds good, Luke.
All
You might
right,
have a
Luke.
clue. You might have a clue.
Yeah. But I'm gonna do my best to call in after I got a gig, but I should be back in time.
Just ready. Got only until 6 Eastern.
Sounds good, Luke. Thanks a lot, bro.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks for clearing this whole thing up. Ugh.
Yes, sir. All
Yep,
right.
yep.
All right. Well,
All right, so
good
we get out of
thing.
here.
All right, man. So we're out of here too, man. So we want to thank. Hold where the music at. Cue the music. Hold. Cue the music. So,
Gotcha. I got it.
so we want to thank everybody for joining. We ran a little late. There was a lot going on this week, and so we ran a little bit over time tonight. But thanks for being patient and holding us. Sticking in there with us. A lot going on. There's a lot going on this week. And there'll be a lot going on next week. So, as always, on the Bridge Home Show with thank you from 9 p.m. And we'll try to stay within our time frame of 10 p.m. Next week. So, same bat time, same bat channel. Big on it.
Big on it.